That evening, he only ate a few bites of his meal. "What is troubling you, my son?" asked his mother. Tariq pulled the sandal from his robe. "As you often say, it is time for me to marry, and I wish to marry the owner of this sandal. But who is she?" His mother was pleased. "Don't worry, my son, I will find her." The next day, she went from house to house in the wealthy section of town. For surely, the owner of such a sandal would live there. Perhaps it would only be the fine girl who came to her daughter's henna. She tried the sandal on each unmarried woman, but it fit none. The next day, she visited other parts of the city with the same luck. On the third day, she came to the fisherman's hut. When Maha's stepmother saw the merchant's wife approaching, she shoved Maha into the bread oven in the yard and covered the opening with a large rock. Despite all efforts, however, her own daughter's foot would not fit into the little sandal. Tariq's mother was able to leave when the rooster flew to the top of the oven and began crowing with all his might. "Ki ki ki ko, ki 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 ko. The one you seek is hidden below." Tariq's mother ordered her servant to open the oven. Maha crawled out, and her foot slipped easily into the sandal. When the merchant's wife saw the beauty and kindness in the girl's eyes, she knew she found a worthy bride for her son. "Here," she said, handing a purse of gold to the stepmother, "your stepdaughter is now betrothed to my eldest son. The wedding procession shall come for her in 2 days' time." Even now, the stepmother could not rejoice in her family's good fortune. She went to the perfumer with some of the gold and asked him to make an oil which would melt as foul as rotting fish and cause hair to fall from the head. The night before the wedding, she held her breath and combed the foul potion through Maha's lovely dark hair. The next day, the procession came and carried the bride on a little litter through the streets amid much singing and dancing. Tariq waited impatiently to sign the wedding contract so he could see his bride. When he at last lifted her veil, the scent of roses filled the room, and her hair was so beautiful he could not stop stroking it. When Tariq's brother saw his happiness, he went to his mother and asked for Maha's sister. Once again, the stepmother was given a bag of gold and told her to prepare for a wedding. The woman had heard of the oil's effect on Maha, so the night before the wedding, she combed the reeking mixture through her own daughter's hair. The next day, the procession carried the girl through the streets. But this time, when the groom lifted the veil, he choked at the smell and saw that his bride's head was covered with blisters instead of hair. The girl was taken back to her mother in disgrace. As for Maha and Tariq, they were blessed with 7 children and lived their days in a great joy and good fortune.